All right, guys. Let me know if you guys can hear me well and see me well. Put something in the chat box. Let me know if you guys can hear me well and see me well, guys. All right, you guys could. Very good. Very good. All right, guys. With that in mind, guys, let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to our study groups, our Tuesday night study group. If it's your first time joining us, thank you for joining us. In tonight's session, we are going to be answering your questions. And later on, I'll give you guys some practice questions to answer. Let's go ahead and get the questions quickly out. I am actually teaching a live class right now. Not a PMP class, but I teach CISSP. I'm teaching a corporate CISSP class in the evenings here for the next 2 weeks. So let's see if we can answer some questions. I do have a hard stop at around like 7:30, 7:45 the latest. So if you guys have any questions or comments, put it in the chat box as soon as you could, and I'll try to run through them as soon as I could. So let's go ahead and get these questions out the way. Emmanuel says, "Hey Andrew, I passed my exam this past Saturday. Congratulations, Emmanuel. You are a great teacher. Your course made me a better PM. I took it at home. Thank you. Congratulations on passing your exam. Did you celebrate well? Did you get a piece of cake? If you did, congratulations. Make sure to celebrate well. Let us know you celebrated. Congratulations on that. Congratulations. All right. All right. I was informed by a team to reach out here regarding a scholarship. We do not have any discounts on the live courses at all. All right. To be taken currently. Okay, I see. Just keep taking it, all right? I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Just don't give up. You can do it. You got to review what you did wrong, see the score report, and then just take it again. That's how it is. All right. That's the manual. My first time here. Started your course today. Welcome. Welcome. This is where I get to answer you guys' questions. Anybody has any questions, you can just put it in the box. Andrew passed PMP August 29th thanks to your simulator and course. Absolutely. Congratulations, Sunrise Communications. Welcome to the world of certified project management. Did you celebrate well? Did you get a piece of cake? Absolutely. Congratulations on that. Will I be doing questions tonight? Yeah, in a few minutes. In a few minutes, we will do some questions. Hello to you. For a change question, if someone asks for a change, do you assess the change first, then ask them to put a change request in? Generally, they should give you the change request, then you assess the change request, and you send it to the change control board. All right? Somebody has to give you the change request. That way you know it's an official thing, like they want the change to be requested. Hello, hello. Do you recommend your live course have a... That's how you do it. The live class. I am teaching a live PMP class September 22nd. That week is September 22nd. Do I recommend it? It's a way to get your PMP quicker. If you're struggling to study, if you are not being dedicated, you prefer to have somebody live to answer your questions, clear up concerns that you have, then it makes sense. All right? Then it will make sense. So it's about doubt clearing and getting you right on track and keeping you, one of the things I do with my students very well is I keep them motivated to pass the test. Because yes or no, guys, sometimes it's just hard to build up motivation to study. Yes or no? Do you guys have that problem? Like, sometimes it's just hard to just study. Sometimes it takes you longer to do things than you should have done. Yes or no, guys? Do you guys agree with that? Sure did. Okay, good, good. That's what we need to do. Make sure to celebrate well. October 1st, you got this. You got this. How can I take an in-person class with you? Go to tiaexams.com. I do have the in-person class with me, tiaexams.com. Go to PM. The first link says live bootcamp with me. No, you do not need that product with mines. In regards to the new PMP, what can you do to bridge the gap? Nothing. Just take your test before the exam comes out. Simple. I mean, there's probably not going to be a new PMP exam till like April or March. I mean, my God, what are you studying? PhD here? Come on, you should be certified by then, all of you. Do fast track need a change request or no? Technically, no, because it's trying to keep the project within schedule and within budget, so it doesn't modify the baseline. So technically, no. All right, I did ask the question. I asked the question. Some people are. Sometimes it's hard to stay motivated to study. Some people put agreed. Somebody put, oh no, I failed twice. Yeah, it's hard. I know it's difficult to stay motivated, especially when you have a lot going on in your life. I think it is difficult. Andrew, I've been taking sample questions. No, I have not looked at it. No comments. Andrew does not comment on anybody's product. So even if I did, I'm going to say I didn't see it. I noticed lots of questions. Select 2 or 3. That's how the exam is. That is how the exam is. What's your suggestion? I did a whole video on 100 drag and drop questions right here on the channel. Just click on the video tab and scroll down, and you'll find it. Sometime last year, I did a video. That's all the drag and drops you'll need. Tony says, I passed my PMP yesterday. Congratulations, Tony. 2 above target, 1 on target. Good score. Thank you for your class and simulator game changer. Blue shirt and the simulator. Tell these guys that if they want to pass the test, let them wear a blue shirt. That's more important than anything else. Guys, get the simulator, get the class. You will pass, but you just have to put in the work. Absolutely, congratulations, Tony. Now, did you celebrate? Did you get a couple of beers? Did you get a piece of cake or something? Let me know, Tony. Put it in a box. Passed my CAPM. First time a few weeks ago. Thanks to Udemy course. And right, not a problem. Absolutely. Congratulations on passing your exam. Now, did you celebrate well? Did you get a piece of cake? Absolutely. Congratulations on that. You know, when you guys pass, you guys got to make sure you celebrate, guys. That's what you guys got to do. If you're not celebrating, I don't know what you're doing. All right, so make sure you guys celebrate. Hold on, guys. Helping my staff here. I bought the sim. It's expiring next week. Can it be extended for free? We don't do extensions, by the way. That's why we want you to use it up before. That means go get it done. Go use it all up before it expires. It's a way to keep you guys motivated. That's what it is. Glad you changed to water than the. You know, somebody yelled at me last week for having my crush, and I had my crush today, and then I was coming downstairs and I was like, you know what? Let me get a bottle of water before they yell at me again. So, still had the crush. Can't help it, guys. All right. Would you have a boot camp in October? No, only in September. September, November. The class is almost sold out by it. If you want to take that boot camp with me, September 22nd, I don't think it has a lot of seats left. So if you want to join it, just join it quickly. If you want to take the boot camp with me, guys, join it quickly. It's running out of seats. Do I need to purchase your book when I start the course? No, you do not need to purchase the book when you start the course. It's not necessary. Unless you prefer reading. If you learn better by reading, go for it. If not, everything in the video course is already in the book. And everything in the book is in the video course. So it's redundancy. But if you learn better by reading, I learned better by reading, then get the book. I have my PMP. Do I need to earn PDUs? Yes, of course. Do the PDUs earn doing... It does. It does. It does count. Yes, you could. So if you get extra PDUs for your ACP, it does count towards PMP. Yes, it is. It is hard to stay motivated. I know. I know. It is very difficult to stay motivated. Guys, is it me or is the economy starting to suck? Have you guys noticed that? Have you guys noticed that the economy is starting to suck a lot? Like it's becoming difficult to find a job, even hold a job nowadays. You guys think so? Is it just me? But I've been getting a lot of emails with people losing their jobs, man. Have you guys noticed that? Yes or no? You guys did? Yeah. Got quite a lot of... I think the job market is brutal right now, guys. It's been sucking, yeah. How do you guys agree with that? See? More than, yeah. I'm with you guys. It's kind of sucks. Somebody said no. All right. So somebody disagrees with you guys. All right. Not a problem. Welcome, welcome. It's terrible. I'm in tech. Economy's getting tough. It's crazy out there. A lot of people will agree, though. What can we do? What can we do to ensure that we are not cannibalized? What can we do? I don't know. Yeah, it's getting rough. It's getting rough out there, guys. I got to do a video on that stuff. How to get you guys jobs. Oh no, Prasad Pass. I remember you coming every week. You've been dedicated. Absolutely. Did I say oh no? Oh yes. Oh no. I wore blue and took my breaks. I celebrated with cake. You asked me a lot of questions. I do remember you. Thank you for your constant motivation, exam breaks. Absolutely. Congratulations. You know how long this young lady has been coming here, guys? She's been taking PMPs for at least a month or two, right? I think something like that. Been dedicated to passing your exam. Absolutely. Congratulations. I celebrated with cake. Come on now, you know. You got to eat more than cake. Get more than cake celebration. Get a couple of beers or something. Celebrate well. I didn't get any EVM. Thank you for your constant motivation. You got this. Absolutely congratulations. But don't forget, anytime somebody passes a test, young lady included here, you know, you got this momentum. Don't let the momentum slack, you know. Push, keep going forward. All right, you got this. Congratulations once again. Get yourself another cake. Where can I get the simulator? TIAexams.com. TIAexams.com. Drag and drop on risk is really challenging. Yes, you guys got to know all your risk terms. You guys got to know your risk. If not, you're going to be in trouble. No comments. No comments on study hall product, guys. Andrew is not allowed to comment on anything else. The PMP exam that I took on Friday did not have much traditional. Almost 95% was agile. Yeah, something I've been hearing quite a while now. It's almost all agile. Make sure you guys know agile very well. Going to take my exam a week from today. Putting a blue dress. You got this. Secret to passing, guys. If you guys want to pass like 70 certifications like me, you have to, you know, if you got 70 certifications like me, you got to wear blue every day, guys, not just once a week. Hey, Andrew, your video of exam questions really helped me to be an expert on the people. I wish I could make questions related to top. It's almost the same thing, but you just got to know your 49 processes. You got to know your agile ceremonies and your documents. So remember to review that. With the 8th edition coming out, John, will it be updated with the course on Udemy? Yeah. Yeah, but remember, the PMBOK Guide 8th edition has to come out and then the exam has to update. There's not going to be any updates for courses and books till like March, April. So don't worry about it. You have until like March, April to take your test. The book doesn't come out today and the exam is updated tomorrow. That's not the way this works. PMI gives people time to update. And the 200 questions. Sunrise Communication passed the exam. Yes, guys, do that. Do that. That's how you guys do it. Tony says, I bought a tall boy, but I can't eat cake. You can't eat cake. Oh, no. But you know what to do then. Get 2 tall boys. If you cannot have cake, I'm not sure why, then get 2 tall boys. That's how you do it. All right, do that. Take my exam on Friday. You got this. You got this. Knock it out. Knock it out. I'm looking to write my PMP exam in early December. Is it enough time to join your class? And if yes, which one in particular? Join the November one. If you want to join my live class, join the November one. I forgot when in November. But it is. If not, you can get the self-paced course, all right? Hey, Andrew, I would help out your course on YouTube. I passed for PMP 90. Congratulations. That was like today. No, it's today, yesterday. Above target. Target. Okay, good score. Absolutely congratulations on passing your tests. Did you celebrate well? Did you get a piece of cake? Absolutely congratulations. They treated me differently. That's... They think you might quit, so you got to be careful. You got to be careful. Oh, no. Right before October. Please help. Yeah, review the mindset. You know, if you're not passing, do the mindset. Review the 200 ultra hard questions, the mindset videos. Go through the simulator. Do all the questions in the simulator. All right. I'm reading the PMBOK guide for the first time after your Udemy course, but I don't see the tools and techniques well described. No, don't read the PMBOK guide. I read that for you. Do not read the PMBOK guide. I read that for you. I've noticed a lot of companies want... Well, you know, you guys gotta understand something, that companies have a large amount of candidates to choose from. You know, I was talking about why the job market kind of sucks. All right, the job market sucks everywhere. Right now, you know, I had a discussion with my team. We were going to make a video on this, and I was talking. I have 2 guys I talked with to make my content, and let me know if you guys agree or disagree. This is a YouTube video, by the way, so you guys are getting the preview of it. This is a YouTube video we're going to make. So, you know, there was a YouTube video we were gonna make, and it was like, why does the job market kind of suck? And I think the job market kind of sucked because of 3 reasons. 3 reasons. Number 1 is technology. Now, it's all related to technology, but technology is allowing, obviously, employers to remove people, automate work. So I think number 1 is technology. Number 2 is competition. And it's not just you know, back in the days, you competed with your local people within like a 15-mile radius for a job. Now you're competing worldwide for the job. So I think competition is there. And number 3, kind of controversial, is not matching skills with what they want, because employers just want too much nowadays, and some of them are not willing to compromise. The problem with employers is they're too stupid to see that. They get one guy in, they teach him everything he needs to know, but then he's so specialized in what he needs to know, nobody else can fill that role. So I think that's... And I think competition drives down the pay wages, and then the guys with the top skills don't want to apply. And it's like a death cycle. You guys agree or disagree? Those are my 3 things in that video I was going to do. You do help us with the application? Yeah, so if you do my live class, by the way, if you do the live boot camp with me, I will do the applications with you in the course, all right? So you don't need to do them. I will do them with you in the class. All right. Totally unrelated, okay. But I know you love Toyota. I do. I have 2 Toyotas. 2. But my Lord, has their new Tacoma transmission and engines been proven? No, that's not true. I have the Toyota Tacoma, the new one, the 4-cylinder hybrid. No problem. Has a lot of power. Great car. And I have the Toyota Land Cruiser that came out last year. I have two Toyotas I have. I have the Toyota Tacoma that I drive most of the time, and my son and me, and sometimes my wife drives the Land Cruiser, Toyota Land Cruiser. The new one, the new 4-cylinder Land Cruiser. It's the same engine as the Tacoma, and we have about 7,000, 8,000 miles, I believe. No problems, man, no problems. And I just took my Tacoma my Tacoma is almost brand new, so it doesn't have a lot of miles on it, but no problem. Yeah, so I don't know where you guys. I know that Toyota did some recalls on the V6 Tundra engines, but I don't know. I haven't had any problem with my cars, not at all. All right. You guys got, yeah, job market kind of suck. Hey, can you do a course on? Can I do the course you offered? Yes, you could. If you do that, that's right, you could. You get PDUs. Yes, you could, of course. That's right, you could. Do you think we should land the job after passing the exam? If you got the right skills, yes. Right now, the market is very skilled. But yes, you could. I'm living in Canada. I'm trying to find a job for 2 years now, and I can't find any. OMG. 2 years. Whoa. That's rough. 2 years and can't find a job. There's either something wrong with your resume, your interviewing skills. You know, I'm gonna say this to you guys right now, and I'm gonna offend almost all of you. Are you guys ready for me to offend almost all of you? Yes or no? I don't even know you, and I'm probably gonna offend you. Okay, you guys ready for me? Put ready in the box for me to say something that's gonna trigger you and probably offend you. Okay, put it in the box. Put it in the box. Type the word ready, and I'm going to say something. It's more like a wake-up call, though. It's more like a wake-up call for you guys. You know? You guys ready? Okay, everybody's putting ready. All right. Now, what I'm about to say, I don't want you to take it personally and hate me. Okay, I'm just giving you from my observation and my experience in the last 5 years. I would say last 5 years or so. Now, something changed in the last 5 years for me. And about 5 years ago, in 2019, I guess more like 6 years now. I stopped running operations in my schools. And I focused more on courseware creation. That's what you saw me make PMP and write books. I stopped doing operations in my school. I started making more courses, teaching high-level classes, corporate classes. And but then I ended up doing a lot of interviewing. But not for low positions. I don't do interviewings for like a receptionist. I only do interviewings for management positions in the business. And here's what I'm going to tell you guys. 90% of the people I interview, they suck at interviewing. They don't know how to answer questions on an interview. They don't know how to conduct themselves on the interview. They don't know how to connect to people. They just answer questions. It seems like they want to get the hell out of there. It seems like they don't like me. It seems like they didn't do any homework on the company. You would be surprised to know how many managers I would interview over the last 5+ years that, shows up unprepared for an interview. You know, the more work you put in, the better. So hopefully that didn't trigger you. But let me tell you guys something. Understand this concept. Okay, I'm an employer. Understand this concept. All right, understand. This is the thing you guys don't understand. If you get a job interview you qualify for the job more than likely. In other words, you have, unless you're lying on your resume, if for me to call you for an interview, for me to waste my time to sit with you, let's not say waste, for me to take my time away to interview you means that what you have on your resume is good for the job. Means you got the right skills, you know the right software, you know how to write the right problem solving, you got the right degree, you got the right certification, you're, in my industry, licensing is big, you're licensable or you already have the license. So you meet the qualification. The thing that stops you from getting that job, if you get the interview, now this is assuming you get the interview, right, is you. It's all you. You didn't get yourself that job. And then you guys got to remember something. When you go in for a job interview, it is a competition. No, I've never met a company that only interviews one person. I've never heard of that before. But if you go for an interview and you do bad, you better best believe somebody else is going to do good. All right, so you guys, you have to practice your interviewing. Trust me on this. How many of you guys are guilty of this? You spend way too long making the perfect resume. The resume is perfect. It matches everything. And I always say customize your resume, right? You customize your resume, blah, blah, blah. But then you never take time practicing interviews. You never take time researching the company. You never take time researching your industry. Most of you guys don't even know the damn point of an interview. Yes or no? Put in the box. Yes or no? Do you know the point of an interview? It's not to meet you. I don't care about meeting you. Meeting you doesn't make me money. Do you guys know the point of an interview? Put in a box. You see, you guys are not putting the box in. You guys are all offended now. All right? Giving you guys that tough love over here, man. Telling you guys how it is. All right? I want you guys to be successful. That's why I'm helping you guys out. Not in the nicest way possible. Do you guys know the point of an interview? Is it possible this video? Of course, it's on YouTube. It stays forever. Just go to the left. No, yeah. To check compatibility? No, that is not the point of an interview. The point of an interview is not to check compatibility. Okay, let me ask you guys a question. Why don't you guys put in the box, what do you think the point of an interview is? Put in the box to let me see, what is the point of an interview? Because if you go in and you know the point of the damn interview, you will probably get the job. If you don't know the point of and it's not to meet you. Nobody cares about meeting you. Okay, sorry to tell you that. They don't want to meet you. Nobody cares about meeting you. People think they're overrated. Nobody wants to meet you. Okay, unless you're a celebrity like me, then everybody wants to meet you. That's a joke, by the way. What is the point of an interview? Let me see some of the questions you guys got. To know if you're a good fit for the team. Partially, but that's not the point. No. To see how you can add value. Ashley, you're getting there, Ashley. Ashley Long. I like that. That's good. Point to see if there's a connection. No, not. That's a small portion of it. That's a small portion. To see if you're a fit. No. That's where this is why you guys don't get jobs. That's why when I go in for the interview, boom, I get the job. I just did 3 interviews to do a video. For you guys watched it. Most of you guys didn't. Every job, I just didn't get the job, and some I got they wanted to double my pay on one of them. How does having to utilize my instructional design job? Oh. If it does project management, sure. They want to see if you're the right fit to ensure that you're out. No, that's garbage. No. You're selling your services to make the company a profit. You get in there, it's close. For the most part, until I heard test your knowledge. No, an interview is not just to test your. That's not the point. That's one of the things it's going to do, obviously, but that's not the point. You got to know the main objective: fit, competence, and likability. No, Jason, that is wrong. To assess if you're a good. No. This is why you guys don't get jobs. I will tell you, Michael. What, Jason? Sell your skills. No. Ooh, now we're talking. Can you solve the problem? That's it. I like it. You're getting there. That's the answer. You just figured it out. We're going to break it down. I'm going to break it down for you guys. Watch. To see how well you communicate. That's a part of it. To see how you're going to make money for them and solve their issue. Ashley is one. That is the answer. I'm gonna break down. I'm gonna show you guys why in a minute. Is to see what's on them. No. They don't care about that. That's not. I'm not saying that that's 100%. I'm saying that's not the point. What is the main objective? What can you do to get the job? To see if you fit, skills. No, you guys all. This is why you guys, if you don't change the way you interview, you're gonna stay unemployed for a long time. You guys are going in there. You're not doing something. Okay? You guys are not doing. You guys got to go in there and you got to show what Ashley says to see how they want to know. Can you make the money? I mean, okay. Let me break it down for you guys. Are you guys ready for me to break it down and tell you guys? Are you guys ready? All right. Are you guys ready for me to tell you what it is? But you guys got to respond. Come on. You guys got to participate tonight. Come on. You guys got to participate. Not alignment. Bring value to the... Maybe. To see if you're good at interviewing. No, nobody cares. Nobody cares. No. The value you bring. That's too big. Too broad. All right, here we go. Okay, you guys got to answer the questions, though. Okay? You guys have to answer the question. All right, maybe I can do a diagram here for you guys. Maybe we can do a diagram for you guys. Let's see if I can do a diagram. We can figure it out on one of Andrew's famous drawings. You guys don't take my IT class, but if you take my IT class, I'm very famous for my drawings in my IT classes. All right, check this out. I'm going to answer that question. If you get this 1 point in your head, you can get any job. If you do this, you will pass any interview, okay? Are you guys ready? Put ready in the box. Are you guys ready? What I'm about to tell you, you can get any job with this. You just got to do it right. This is why you guys weren't getting jobs before, because you don't even know the damn point of an interview. Are you guys ready? Put ready in the box. Let me see some ready in the box. And then, you guys put ready in the box? Okay. Okay, you guys are ready. All right, here we go. Watch. Let's do this. Let's say there is a company. Let's call it company. You guys got to understand something. Companies exist for a reason. Okay? Companies exist for a reason. What is the reason that companies exist for? Companies exist to make lots of money. You guys see where I'm going with this? Companies exist to make money. Now, when a business owner like myself, when I just imagine, look, I'm going to show you how the whole thing breaks down. Just imagine from day one, I say, you know what? I'm going to open a business. But why am I going to open a business? To make lots of money. So I can buy more Toyotas. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm buy more Toyotas and more phones. Now, when I open the business, I encounter problems. Like, I don't know how to manage payroll. So what do? So let's say you have the CEO. All right, you have the CEO. The CEO is the business owner. And the CEO doesn't know how to manage payroll. So what does the CEO do? He hires someone to manage payroll, right? He hires someone. This is not, you got to understand the point now. The CEO hires a CFO to manage the finance. I don't know how to manage tech. I hire a CIO. I don't know how to manage sales and marketing, so I hire a CMO. Understand this concept. The reason why we hire people is because I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do something. I don't know how to solve this problem. The reason why we hire people is because there is a problem to be solved, and I want somebody to solve it for me. And if you could solve it generally better than me, you're probably going to get the job. So, look, the CFO, okay, you know what? Let's go to IT, because let's do project management, because I work in IT. I don't work in these things. So the CIO comes out and says, well, you know what? We're going to need some servers. We're going to need some application setups. We're going to need some routers set up. But the CIO is a manager, is an IT manager. So what does the IT manager do? The CIO, now he needs a manager. So the point of the job is to do what? Set up the servers, the applications, and the routers. This is you. You're right here. You're applying for this job. So you're going to meet with this CIO. Now remember, the CIO is hired from the CEO to solve this problem. But the CIO really doesn't solve the problem himself. Or maybe he does and he's looking for somebody to help him. So he hires you. You got to go into the job interview and you got to show that you understand the problem that this guy will face in this position. And then you got to give the CIO solutions of how to solve that problem. Because remember something. Let's go back to this part. Remember this thing here about making money? You know what prevents companies from making money? Problems. Network problems, staffing problems, advertising problems, sales problems, right? Regulation problems, hacking problems, security problems. You guys get the point? Problems. Problems stop companies from making money. So what we got to do is you have to identify the problem that they will solve, that they have, and then you need to bring the solutions to solve the problem. Now, all of that diagram, just to prove a point here to you guys, and here's what the point says. You see, understand this concept. If you go into a job interview and you could accurately identify what problems and challenges and issues a position like this will face in a company like this, and then identify how you will solve it and how easy it is to solve and what resources, and you're knowledgeable, that's how you get the job. Now, the problem with doing this is that you need to ask questions. You need to do a ton of research. Now in IT, it's easy. If I'm going to interview for your company, here's how I do research. If I'm interviewing for your company in technology, I'm going to go to LinkedIn. I'll find all your damn employees. I'll read their job descriptions, and they'll tell me all the technology you use, and I'll find issues with those technology. When I'm going in for a job interview, I am so versed in your company. I have read everybody on LinkedIn that works for you. I've read the job descriptions to understand how your company functions. I've read your company history. I've read your CEO. I've read everything about your CEO because I got to understand his vision or her vision. I will do so much research that by the time I walk through your company doors, as I'm walking down the hall with the interviewer, if they tell me something, I'm going to say statements like, yes, I was aware of that. You know, I read that online. I saw that issue before. This is how I'm going in there like I am vastly interested in your company. To me, every interview counts. And then you got to ask questions like, well, one day they're going to ask you a bunch of BS questions, your name and where you live and all types of garbage, and why you're the best person for this position. And that's the easiest answer. Why are you the best person? Because I did a lot of research and I understand this more than anybody else. So what you guys got to do is understand the company, understand the problems, go in there, and the guy that tells me how to solve my problems, and the guy that's going to remove the barrier for me making money is the guy that gets the job. Do you guys agree with that? Yes or no? Does that make sense? Yes or no, guys? Yes or no? What do you guys think? Does that make sense? Does that help you guys? All right, you guys said yes. Agreed. Now, let me ask you guys a question. When you're going in for a job interview, how long do you spend preparing for the interview? And I'm not just talking your communication skills. I'm talking about your research on the position, the business, the employees, the location of the business. How long do you guys spend preparing to get your facts right? And I'm not just talking about the reading the website and going into the job interview. That's not research. That's not research, man. What are you guys doing, man? How long are you guys spending? If you're not spending a minimum of 2 hours, all right, you guys got to spend a minimum of 2 hours, I would say up to 4 hours before you get an interview. Getting an interview, in my opinion, you got to see this as this. If a company is willing to give you an interview, all right, you should consider yourself hired. No, I'm preparing for a specific interview. Not preparing for all interviews. Preparing for a specific interview. Like if company A calls you and says, hey, Mary, we want you to come in for an interview. How long are you going to spend preparing? The problem, there's so many people I've interviewed. One of the worst questions you should never ask on an interview. It pisses me off when people do this. If I'm interviewing you and you ask me this question, I will literally, you're gone. You're done at this point. The one question you never ask a company when you go on an interview is, what does this company do? I hate that stupid question. You mean to tell me I wasted my time, I went over your resume, I looked at how I know everything about you, and I wasted my time reading your resume and finding out who you do, but you don't do anything about me? You know how stupid that sounds? Well, I don't know why people do. People do that to me all the time. You guys don't know how many interviews I get where people are like, oh, so what is it that your company does exactly? I know you guys are a school, but what is it that you guys teach? OMG, WFT, WTF, right? WTF. Did you just ask me that? Right? Think about this. Think about how stupid that question is. Think about that employer sitting in front of you. Right? That employer found your resume, read your resume, called you up, spent time with you on the phone. I'll review the resume on the phone. Make sure you're a good fit. That employer knows a lot about you, knows all your jobs, knows your education, knows your certification, figured out that, this guy, he might be good for our company. But then you come and you don't even know what I do. It's just stupid. That one question, I guarantee you ask me that question, the job interview, you're out. I don't care how much you're going to tell me you're going to solve problems. I don't care how much you're going to tell me how great you are. And I don't care if you're going to pay me. I will never hire you. That tells me everything I need to know about you. You know what I'm saying? You guys agree? You guys agree? Isn't that think about it, isn't it a stupid question? So what is it your company does? You had any time to just look us up a little bit? Oh, that's to show how much you care. People say employees, employees say how employers are bad. You guys heard about this? Yes or no? I hear this all the time. Employers are bad and business owners are the worst, and it's sad in the world where entrepreneurs are vilified. And I got a bad news. Without entrepreneurs, there's no jobs. Without people like me, there is no jobs for you guys to work at. So don't hate us. Work with us. Now, yes, there's a bunch of bad people out there. There's always bad players in everything that we do, right? So hopefully this helps you guys go in there, solve problems, know how to solve them. That's why they say, this is a top-notch person. Let me tell you guys something. You guys ever wondered, like, when they say, "Oh, this guy, he's worth $100,000. That guy's worth 200. That guy's worth $500,000. That guy's worth $1 million. I'll pay $1 million to that guy. I'll pay $500,000 to that guy." You know, I once employed a guy and paid him $250,000. You guys ever wondered why that is? Like, you guys ever crossed your mind, like, what the hell does he know that's making him or her so much money? You guys ever wonder that? Like, the hell, why are they paying that guy $1 million? What the hell does that guy do? Right? What is it that guy is, what's in that person's head? You guys ever like thought about that for a second? Like, what makes a top-notch employee a top-notch employee? What makes a $1 million employee, as I call them? You know, you hear me, if you work with me, you hear me use the term, that's $1 million person right there. Right? You know, the answer to that question is they're able to identify problems the company has not seen yet. They're able to identify problems that the company currently sees, and they're able to implement solutions to fix it all and grow the business. It's kind of like, remember this statement when I put on the board here. Remember this thing here. You know, you guys got to understand, it's all about making money. If you can go in and show the business how I will make you money, you get the money. You get the job. You get the million. I will, listen to me, guys. I don't have $1 million to pay anybody right now. But if one of you could make me $1.5 million, I'll pay you $1 million. I'll find a way to pay you $1 million. Why? Because I'm gonna make this $500,000 for me. If you can make me $2 million or $5 million or $10 million, yeah, I'll pay you $1 million tomorrow. I will hire somebody and give that person, what is that, $80,000 a month salary. But if hiring you is gonna allow me to unlock doors, open up new markets, rise sales, reduce expenditures, and rise my income by $300,000, paying you $80,000 is a no-brainer, man. You guys gotta understand the point. Business lives in a world to make money. That is the idea. You know what I'm saying? Arlene, I like this. First time I'm hearing this, it's a real reason. Okay, Arlene. All right. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. Yeah, this is, you know, hopefully you guys are able to change the way you do interviews now. You know, you guys got to see it from the interviewer perspective. If you guys go in there with the interviewer perspective, I think you're gonna get it. Now, Ashley says, and somebody asked to see this question, is how do you talk about this directly outside of the questions they ask and how to weave them into the questions? Every single time you guys, this is a great question, Ashley. Every single time you guys go into an interview, and let's answer Ashley's question here. All right. Every time you guys go into the interview, and they're gonna ask you questions, you got to turn around back. And when they say, you see, if you understand a position well, here's what I would do. If you understand a position well, and you say, they ask the question like, oh, well, you know, explain a time at work when you solve a problem. I'm going to explain a time that I know correlates with that company. If I know that this is a tech company and these are the things that they will encounter, you can then go in there and answer those questions. Now, considering that ChatGPT exists, before you guys go in, just ask ChatGPT, what are some of the problems this job can have? So when I give examples of what I did in my company, I can then say, well, you know, in my company, we had this problem, and this is how it was messing up production or costing the company's money. These are the things I implemented to fix it. And then say, do you guys experience this type of problem? That's how you keep the conversation going. Have you guys ever experienced anything like that? you got to ask them back. You get it, Ashley? So ask them, hey, Ashley, that's what you guys say. Hey, did you guys encounter that problem? Did you guys see that problem? And they're gonna say yes or no, or maybe I didn't saw that, or we didn't see that problem, or something like that. And then you just keep that conversation going, and then you can just keep talking. Hey, you know, in my previous job, it was very similar to this position. I encountered this problem with this team member. We had this project that was off track, very similar to your company. Did you guys ever have this problem before? This is how I solve it. Do you guys have this solution? One of the things I do is, I mentioned this in the video. If you guys watch the video, is go in there as a consultant. Go in there as a free consultant. Go in there and tell them how to run their business. Go in there and solve every problem for them. Hey, you know, do you guys do this? I think this can help. Maybe we can implement this. Say things like, hey, you know, if I get this job, do you think it would be okay for me to implement this solution? Because this is why, and this is why, and this solution does this, and it reduces expenditure here, it increases income here, it reduces, it makes employees more satisfied here, it does this, it does that. Do you guys think we can implement that? Would that be, you guys think the boss would be okay with it? Have you guys ever tried this before? I think this would be great for this company. That's how you do it. Now, I've heard this thing. I don't know what STAR model is. I don't know what that is. Situation, action, task. I don't come up with these things. I just talk. I present problems, and I just move on. All right. I'm done with that talk. Did you guys learn something? What do you guys think? Should I do a whole course on how to do an interview, guys? What do you guys think? Should I do a whole class on this? Not this year, though. Too much on my plate. What do you guys think? Would a master class in interviewing work? Because it's amazing what people don't know how to interview, man. Then, you know, some people go into interviews and they, you know, the funniest thing in interviews is people come in an interview and I ask them questions and they give closed answers. How are you doing? Good. Was it hard to get here? No, easy. Okay. Well, thank you for coming. Thank you. Like, close-ended questions. You know, I'm sorry, close-ended answer. That's unbelievable. It's been the format for every 7 years. Let me walk into the. Let me walk in. I don't know what that. I don't know what it is. I don't know what STAR model is. I've never heard of that in my life. But let me go into an interview. I'll throw you a STAR model up. When I go into an interview, I drive the interview myself. I did 3 interviews a few weeks ago. I steer the interviews myself. Maybe it's my personality, but I command the attention and I tell them how it should be done. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. It's my narcissistic personality, I guess. All right. Hopefully. All right, guys. The camera battery has died again. Okay. The camera battery has died again. Can you guys imagine that? Hold on, guys. Hold on. The camera battery has died again. All right, guys, the camera battery died on the main camera. I don't know why. That camera has been having some issues. So we got the webcam going. That's all right. We got the webcam going. All right. We got the webcam going. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that main camera, guys. I don't know what's going on with that main camera. Remember, it died a few weeks ago. Then I thought it was a battery, and we replaced the battery, and it seems like this battery is the Amazon. It's not the official Sony battery. It's a cheap battery we bought, and I think the cheap battery is cheap. So I don't think it's charging anymore. The camera's fine. The battery's having some issues on that. All right, but we got the webcam going. All right, let me knock out some questions here quickly so we'll be done. Let's get these questions. Hopefully I helped you guys do some interviewing there. When I passed, I wore blue. Celebrate cake. It wasn't easy, but your mindset videos are gold. I keep telling these guys, get the mindset, guys. What am I? Oh, this one. Am I looking at that camera? I'm looking at this camera now. I told you guys, get the mindset. You're going to ace your exam, all right? You can get the mindset. You're going to pass your test. Hey, Andrew, can you give us an employer question on collaboration tool? I don't know what that question is. An example of an employer's question on a collaboration tool. I don't know how to. I've never asked that question. Collaboration tool. I don't know. We don't use a lot of complex tools in my company. We're a very basic Microsoft shop. So I don't know what you're asking. To be job is somewhere you truly want to be. All right. It is difficult to work in a company you don't agree with. That's right. Is the PMP changing? No, it's not. No. The PMP is not changing until like March or April. All right, it's not changing until like March or April. Remember that. All right. Me answered all of this is when you guys are telling me what. If I don't know IT, should I take your classes? Yes. My PMP class has nothing to do with IT. In fact, I talk about painting a room. Somebody says first attempt Udemy course took one full length, didn't review the 200. Oh no. Took the full length mini test, but did you review the 200? Right? Review the mindset. If you got it, if you don't get that mindset, you're gonna have a lot of issues. Looking over there again. You're gonna have a lot of issues passing that exam, okay? You don't have to graduate with marketing. You think you No, Omar. Not because you get Omar. Not because you get not because you have a degree or you have to be able to express that, and you have to be able to show people that you did it. Doesn't mean you're gonna get a job. With marketing, I've been involved. Yeah, marketing is a tricky job because marketing needs creativity. If you don't have that creative background, I don't think I can ever get a job in marketing because what I see my marketing team comes out with is amazing. I would never think of that. Would you use tornado charts in analyzing data to see when a risk can lean positive or negative? Like the negative risk will cost like employees wage staying the same versus going up or going down. Then you would do a tornado diagram. So how much would it impact the project if it goes up? Negative risk. If it goes down and wages actually drop because maybe you can outsource part of it or AI agents can take over. That's why you would do it. Nope. All right, review and research companies, financial ranking. No, not just that. If you want to find out what the employees are doing in a company, here's a quick tip. If you really want to find out what a company is doing and employees are doing, go to LinkedIn and find people that works for that company. Click on their profiles and see the job descriptions, and you'll learn more about the company from people's job description. Did you guys know that? Yes or no? Did you guys know that? All right. Find the, once again, if you're doing a job interview and you want to find information on the company, you see, maybe I come with an advantage because I I'm an ethical hacker. And in ethical hacking, I do footprinting. Footprinting is the art of researching your target, learning everything about your target. I will find out everything about your company. I will find out all the technology you use. I would find out all the problems you face, your position in the market, your top ranking executive. And this is something that I do really well. So I footprint the company very well. So when I go in there, it's very easy to understand that business, because the more I understand it, the more I can fix it. Because I'm going in there as a consultant. When I go in for a job interview, I'm going in there to fix their business, because they suck. Okay, they suck. They need me to solve their business. Without me, they'll never survive. That's my mentality. Kind of narcissistic, but that's how you got to do it. And you got to be confident. You know, I didn't mention this, but you guys agree with this? One of the most important skill in an interview is confidence. Yes or no? You guys agree with that? Got to be super duper confident. Yes, no? Right? If you go in there and you talk a lot of stuff, humans have this amazing ability to detect BS. Yes or no? Anytime you guys hear somebody talk, you're like, that guy is full of it. That guy is full of crap. Yes or no? You guys have the... So if you can't go in there and fake it. You got to go in there and be really confident. You just got to state it like this, man. And they got to be like, they got to connect with you and be like, yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about. He's gonna get he's gonna get stuff done, or she's gonna get stuff done. It feels like bragging. You're not bragging. You're giving solutions. Okay, when I come out and I give you guys solutions, I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you guys what I know. All right, but don't BS it. They'll pick it up. People pick it up. People know you. People know when you BSing, man. Trust me, people know. I have a question about, is there a PDF at the end? Yes, there should be. There should be, yes. I think there is. Emotional intelligence is, of course, the most important skill. The problem with companies act stupid, repeated crap, but not about solving. Sometimes they ask about working with teams, interpersonal skills. Well, if they're asking questions about teams and interpersonal skills, you bring it up yourself. Oh, about how you work with teams. Be like, working with teams is about solving problems. The problems with work, here's a script you can do. The problem with teams is not just getting them to work together. It's about solving problems. When you put a bunch of humans together, they're probably going to fight. Here's how we solve problems. Here are things we can do. Here are all the different steps we can take. Here's what I would do. Here's how I would keep them motivated. That's how you got to do it. Hail to Andrew. I got my second job interview after my PMP. Okay, you got this. You got this. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Such as, what is the biggest problem? Is there anything on my resume that doesn't show I am fit for this job? Okay, not too bad, not too bad. I've never had anybody ask me that, but. Reading the book and watching the videos, review the ECU, I recommend. Leading a team. All right, next time. I'll make a whole new PMP class coming out next year. With the PMP, how easy difficulty you think in managing construction projects? It just makes it easier. Makes it easier, of course. PMP gives you that structured approach to managing a job. Keeping my fingers crossed. Andrew, what's the name of the class that teaches people management? I don't have any. That's why I said I should make one. A master class on interviewing. Boot camp coming up. Yes, my boot camp is coming up September 22nd. If you want to take my PMP boot camp, September 22nd, all right? I'm not taking a mock exam yet because, oh, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. I take it now. Yeah, go take it. Can you help me? I don't know just go take it. Sorry about your father though. People are nervous during interviews. Why? Just be excited. Nothing to be nervous about. Be excited to be there. If you're going into a job interview and you feel nervous, you better unnervous yourself. Don't drink too much coffee. Be excited to meet that person. You guys know. Let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask you guys a serious question. When you guys meet people, anybody, it don't matter who it is, and that person is, and I want all of you guys to answer me, there's 120 of you guys. I want all of you guys to answer this question for me. When you guys meet people, don't matter the person, your son, your daughter, your mother, your friend, your father, your coworkers, don't matter, some stranger standing in the coffee line, don't matter. And that person starts to talk to you. If that person is sad, mad, glad, unhappy, nervous, a wreck, something wrong, you can tell with just a few words, and it don't have to be related to that person's emotional state. Yes or no? Yes or no? You can instantly tell if somebody is having made like they're sad, they're very happy to be here, or they're very nervous to be here, or they don't know what the hell they're talking about, or they're very unhappy. Yes or no? You guys can just tell. You don't need them to speak a lot of words. You can just tell, just like this, right? Just like this. You can just be like, yeah, this guy is like nervous. This guy is scared. This guy doesn't even want to be here. This guy doesn't. And then you get this thing in your head. You start saying, this guy doesn't even like me. And then you start saying, why is this guy even here? Why is he talking to me? Why, right? If you can do that, and then if you go into the job interview, you don't think they're doing it to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand that. Like, you don't think you going into a job interview and BSing them or being scared or being nervous. And then imagine the first impression you give of that to that company is you shaking like a leaf. You see, the interviewer is not going to know if that's you normally. Right? The interviewer is not going to know, oh, you know, this is like, this person is always nervous. I don't want to work with a person that's always nervous. You guys see the point there? You guys see the point? That's the problem. So don't do it. Don't go in a job interview nervous. You better break that nervousness now. You got to go in there and feel like, listen, I got this. I got this in the bag. I got this. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to consult with them. I'm going to tell them how to manage their business. I'm going to help them out. I'm going to be nice with them. I want to understand their problems, and I want to show them how I can fix it. When you go into a job interview, that's your objective. I want to know what your problems are, or I'm going to tell you what your problems are, and I'm going to tell you every which way to fix it. I'm going to be a free consultant today. Free consultant, everybody. For the turn every this is it. I like this. This is how we do it. All right. Storytelling. Yeah, you gotta be a good storyteller. You gotta be able to talk, guys. All right, we answer that. Your behavioral answer. I never heard. Maybe you guys need to stop worrying about things like star model and start talking. Maybe you guys need to stop worrying about models and start being humans instead of. What do you guys think? Should we just not worry about star and all this trash? Because I don't know what it is. I don't know what star is. How about if you stop worrying about models and stop thinking that human connections are based on a model, but it's actually based on two people having a conversation and understanding each other. You guys agree or disagree? Maybe we need to stop with these stupid I don't know what star is, first of all. But I know something. I know when I'm going to talk to someone and I'm going to be presenting something, I don't need a model for that. Because I know I just got to connect with that person. I don't need a model. Come on, man, a model. Human connections are not just based on models. They're based on actual people having a conversation and discovering things about each other. You guys agree or disagree? What do you guys think? Yes or no? Any tips? Same thing. Be when you guys are conversating. Okay, You guys want me to teach you guys quickly how to be a good presenter? You guys want me to teach you guys how to be a good presenter, guys? Yes or no? You guys want to learn how to present information in a way that keeps people... The thing is, if I tell you this, you're going to see me in a whole different light. What I'm about to tell you, if I tell you this, you're going to never watch me the same. You're going to be like, there, he's doing it again. I do something that it took a while to practice. It took a while to practice. But once I got it, it changed the way I communicate by leagues. Like, all people that is amazing at communication does something really, really well. And I'm doing it right now. Anybody knows what it is? Like, if you do this one thing, this will change the way you communicate. Your communications will just get 50 times better. Does anybody know what it is? There's something I do on a consistent basis. Anybody knows what that is? What do you guys think it is? Put what it is in the box, then I'll tell you in a minute. I'm doing it. No, I'm saying how to become. You got to be, and this is what you're going to need in virtual interviews. This is how you're going to be able to tell stories. Right? You guys know what that is? Does the employer need to know my skills or I'm good at making an interview? They just need to know results, man. Small talk. James is the answer. Dennis is the answer. Yeah. So let me tell you guys something. When you communicate, watch my hands. From now on, I want you guys to go back and I want you guys to watch people communicate. Okay? Watch my hands. I don't talk with my mouth. I talk with my entire body. I am very animated. I talk with my hands because I go like this, like this, like this, and I'm always like this. And my facial expression exposes what I'm talking about. If I'm talking something that makes me upset, I will look upset. If I'm talking something that makes me smile, I will smile. If it's something that is mellow, I will still be mellow. My hand tones will be, you can't see that, will be lower. If I'm talking something amazing, I'll be like, yeah, that's a really good idea. Yeah, that's good. That's good. But let me tell you, when I'm doing processes, I want you to watch this and I want you to see this because you're watching here and I'm watching here. You're watching my hands. If you watch the way I teach in my classes, that's how I keep you guys engaged by talking. Make sense? It's something you have to practice. Not everybody does it, but it's something you guys have to practice. I watch a YouTuber. Hand gestures. Yeah, there's a YouTuber that I watch. You guys want a quick... I'm going to give you guys a link to a YouTube channel, okay? I am going to give you guys a link to a YouTube channel. I'm going to give you guys a link to a YouTube channel. Hold up. I'm going to give you guys a link to a YouTube channel. I want you guys to watch... So you guys can watch this YouTube channel. Okay, check this out. So there's this guy named Mr. Ballin. All right, now he does stories of like ghosts and missing people. It's really, really. I like. Andrew likes to watch like ghost stories. I'm a big like ghost alien type guy. Cryptid creatures. I'm a big fan of these things. Since I'm a little kid, I read all. I have a giant collection of ghost books and stuff. No. You got to watch the communication aspects of it. Let me show you guys how this guy talks. Okay, first of all, he has 10 million subscribers. Watching him talk makes me tired. I mean, this is an extreme end of it, but the way this guy talks, watch his hands. Watch his hands. It's crazy. All right, we're not going to watch this guy video here on this lesson, but you guys check this guy out. Watch how he communicates. I want you guys watch all the famous people you watch on YouTube and watch them communicate with the hands. Talk with your hands. Talk with your body. Don't just talk with your mouth. Okay? Be animated. All right? How to captivate the audience. Yeah, that's what I do well, yeah. All right, was that helpful, guys? Did you guys find that helpful? Watch. I'm not saying to watch Mr. Ballin for his videos, although he does have some interesting stories. But watch the way he communicates. Watch anybody that communicates. You guys should watch professional communicators. Listen to them, but just don't watch how they watch the body movement. Body language is key. If you remember in the PMP book, I told you guys 90% of communications is body language. 90%. Only 10% now. You know, so I remember writing the book, and the smallest number I think I found was like 50 or 60% is body language. So, you know, most communication is done through body language. So work on that. Work on that. Improve your body language. Start talking the way I talk, like this, okay? Watch the hands. Always watch the hands. Now you're never going to unsee it. Go watch my videos. You'll see it. And as I became older, I use more of it. I'm very animated. You're a great instructor, Andrew, but what's the name of the course? That No, I don't have it. I backup. It was, Daniel. That's why we have the backup camera, right? This is a webcam. This will never die. You see, let me tell you guys something about the STAR model. Look, I see what it is now. I understand what the STAR model is. Let me tell you guys something with the STAR model. If you go in and you do the exact same thing that every single interviewee does, then what separates you from the rest? You understand what I'm saying? If everybody is using the STAR model, because it seems like I am the only one in this group today that doesn't know what the STAR model is, then what makes you different than me? Yes or no, guys? Yes or no? Isn't that what it is? If everybody is doing the STAR model, then there's nothing unique about it. Then you're just going to be like everybody else. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So, okay, I see what it is. I'm not saying to follow, but I'm not saying to wing things. I'm going to tell me to purchase your course. Just buy the plain one, the PMP 35-hour class. That's fine. The user, the team does nothing to the user stories in the product. They just do it. They're there to help the users write the user stories, but they're not there to change it or manipulate it. All right, all right. No comments. No, just get my simulator, guys. Just get my simulator. Name of the course on people management. There isn't any. Andrew does not have a course on that, or I don't know of any of it. Is it easy to get project management? Difficult? No. It could be difficult if you suck, yes. Any advice and tips? I just gave you guys a whole bunch of tips on passing. Getting a job is not difficult. Is getting a job difficult? Getting a job is not difficult. I don't think getting a job is difficult. You know what's difficult? Beating your competition. That's difficult. All right, all right, all right. Someone transitioned PM role from education sector. Actually, I don't even know. There's PM roles in like every industry has PM roles. Just, you know, be good with people. That's what it is. It's all the PMs are. What is the reason for companies not responding after 2 or 3 interviews, other than the automatic reviews? Okay, this is a good question. Would you guys like to know the answer to this? Would you guys like to know the answer to that? Like, why after you do 2 or 3 interviews, they don't respond anymore? Would you guys like to know the real answer to that is? Would you guys like to know the real answer to why you do 2 or 3 interviews and then ghosts? Nothing. Blank. Sayonara. You can't. They don't even call you back. You guys know why? Do you guys know why? Would you guys like to know why? Put yes in the box. Okay, you guys did. The answer is because they found somebody else that's better than you. Sorry to say, I showed up and I took your job. Or somebody like me. Somebody who does a killer interview, solve more problems, bring more to the table. They got the job. I do it all the time. I'll interview somebody 2 times, sometimes 3 times. I'll have 2 or 3 people, sometimes 4 people. And then I'll just get somebody else. I'll be fine. I once did an interview session for a director. And it was 4 people. 3 people. 3 people, 3 interviews each. We were going to choose one of them. But then we got another resume with a guy that was interested. And we interviewed him and hired him. Because that person that beat the other 3 had more experience in our industry, showed me more of my problems, showed me how to make money. He was a director. He ran the entire school. Showed me where admissions was wrong. Showed me student problems I didn't even know about. That person got a job. Still works for me. 1 interview. Just 1 interview got the job. And we ended up upping the pay. If the pay was $10, we ended up giving this person $15. So it was a huge increase in pay. But you had to have them. Because I know, hey, this guy's going to make me a lot of money. So you guys got to see it, guys. See it from it's a money perspective. All right, very good. Very good. I like this. Nobody asked me that, but it's good tax. If you didn't research. No, show them that you did research, Katie. Show them that you did research. If you didn't know, show them that you did a lot of research. Let them know that you're resourceful. When you go into an interviewer, let that interviewer know that you did a ton of research. All right? Let them know you did a lot of research. You did this. You looked this up. Don't tell them you use ChatGPT all the time, but that's how you got to do it. Right, I've been rolling your cap him on with the simulator scoring. That's not bad. I passed, yeah, definitely, Ahmed. You got this. I mean, just make sure you know your formulas, you know. When your coaching session be interested in the boot camp. What do I need to do? My retake. Okay. I gotta get you guys. Don't enroll in the boot camp. Okay, I should get you. If you have the coaching program, you know, just take it off the price of the boot camp. Remind me on Thursday. I gotta get you a coupon or something. 5 to 35 Udemy materials is enough for me to write my CAPM. Yeah. I watched the Udemy materials. Is that enough for me to write CAPM? Well, if you watch the PMP, the answer is no, because PMP doesn't cover BA. BA is a topic that only CAPM covers. So if you watch my PMP, you will fail the CAPM. You need to watch the CAPM for the CAPM. All right? And just tonality. That's right, Daniel. You got this. What happens if they ask, you know, Chris, I'm going to tell you guys something, Chris, that pisses me off, Chris. You know how many people, sometimes when I was doing administrative interviews, now I only do like manager interviews. How many of you guys put in the box your level of expertise in Excel. Put in the box. From what would you guys put? Basic, intermediate, advanced, or expert. 4 levels. Basic, intermediate, advanced, or expert Excel. Put in a box. What would you guys put? Like, I know AI exists and it's killing this, but just put in the box. I'm going to prove a point to you guys. Put in the box Excel. What's your skill level in Excel? All of you guys. Try that. I'm proving an interesting point to you guys. Put in the box, what is your level of Excel? Is it basic, intermediate, advanced, or expert? So you get this type of question, right? And it's okay. Put it. I really want to see your answers. Okay. So I got a lot of intermediate. We got some advances. Intermediate, couple advanced, okay, basic, advanced. Got 1 expert. So I used to ask this question. Let me tell you guys something. No joke, I am MOS certified. I'm Microsoft Office Specialist. MOS. I have the Microsoft Office Specialist Master Instructor for Microsoft Office. Every version of Microsoft Office up until 2016. So that's 2000, 2002, I don't know, whatever, 7, what was the next one? 12, whatever. Excel expert certification exams, all right? Word expert certification exams. Access, I'm a master at Access, VBA, all this type of stuff. It's amazing when I ask people this question. What is your knowledge of Excel? And just to hear their knowledge, basic, intermediate, expert, and advanced. And many people would say intermediate, but they don't know what the hell is an if statement. That's intermediate Excel. They don't know what a pivot table, pivot charts. They don't know what that are. If you don't know what the hell is a pivot chart, you've never heard of that term before, you are not intermediate Excel. Most people think that Excel is a place you type in a box. That's not even basic. That's turning the program on. Basic Excel is at least knowing its main 5 functions. Sum, average, max, min, count. Did you guys know that? It's amazing when you guys don't even have basic Excel skills. All right? You really want to meet a true master at Microsoft Office? Ask the question, what is the hardest Microsoft Office program to learn? What is the hardest Microsoft Office program? If you say Excel, wrong. The hardest Office program is Word. Word is the freaking hardest Office program if you learn all of its feature. Word Expert was the one certification I got the lowest grade in. Word is not easy. And I'm not talking about typing on a damn paper. All right? I'm talking Word Expert. I'm talking Access is easy. Access has barely any functions. Now, I'm not getting into VBA here. I'm talking just Word. Word you can use, table of contents, reference table, law documents, mail merge. Word is way more difficult than Excel. That's a question that unless you really know Microsoft Office in depth and you really know the programs, you'll be able to answer that question correctly. It's amazing how many of you guys don't know basic Excel, things that can solve your problems, things that will make you so knowledgeable. Knowledge equals money, but you guys don't know it. I don't know why. Go learn Microsoft Excel. A lot of you guys don't want to learn Microsoft Excel because you have this stupid belief in your head that you already know it because you know how to type in a box. Yes or no? Yes or no? Because you know how to type in a box and do a sum function, I know Excel. You don't even know how to spell Excel if that's what you think Excel is. If you think Excel is a sum function and type in a box because it's a giant table, you have nothing on Excel. Sorry if I'm making you guys feel bad, but you guys need to upgrade your skills, man. You guys got to update your skills. All right? If I ask all of you guys right now, a lot of you guys say intermediate. I say, you know, average these 5 numbers give me the function that average these numbers, and you don't know what the function name is because its name is literally average. You don't know Excel. So stop saying you're basic. Stop saying you're intermediate. Say it's a program I need to learn. How many of you guys have ever just taken an Excel class, buy an Excel book, read it, learn it? Most of you guys don't even know the functions of Word. And those are the 2 most used Office programs next to... How many of you guys know Outlook rules? Most of you guys should know that one. Yeah, if statements. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. If you're using Excel and you don't know how to use an if statement, what are you doing with your life, man? What's wrong with you? Right? Intermediate Excel is going to be like if statements, pivot table, pivot charts, basic charts. Excel basic is going to be just basic charts, the 5 main functions of Excel, knowing how to use data tables, knowing how to convert tables, things like that. Intermediate Excel, you're going to go into things like, they're all now, Excel books. No, Excel haven't changed. You can get an Excel book from the year 2000. It's all the same damn crap. It doesn't really change. Expert Excel is a whole different game. Expert Excel is almost all functions. All different kinds of concatenate functions together. Advanced pivot table, pivot charts. And Expert Excel is, I'm not going to tell you guys I'm an Expert Excel. I'd say I'm a beginner Expert Excel because that's all VBA. Macro creation, things like that. All right. Yeah, you know, the point I was trying to tell you guys is you guys going into these job interviews and realistically, you just don't have the skill, right? Yeah, you guys got to. Did you guys learn a lot today? Did you guys learn a lot today? Yes or no? Did you guys learn a lot today? Did I help you guys out today? All right. Ashley says the STAR model is about communicating clearly. No, the best way to communicate clearly is the way that gets people to understand. Is to connect with people. That's how we do it. All right, all right. Purge simulator last. You simulate the same on the PMP questions. No, it's not the exact same, but it's close enough. Let's do some PMP questions. We're coming to that. Coming to that. Relax. I can't imagine how great. See, we're helping people. Don't worry about the questions. We're helping everybody. Super intimidating. That's all right. You got to read it. Nothing should be intimidating. You guys got to go learn, man. You guys got to go learn. You guys got to go and learn, guys. You guys got to go and learn. To LinkedIn. If you do a review, they give you stuff. Yes. Learn tons tonight. Yes. Now, if you guys learned a lot tonight, and you guys appreciate me spending 1 hour and 34 minutes with you guys tonight, how about if you guys click on the like button? Say something to people who believe that Excel will be replaced by AI. No, not right off the bat. Nah, not yet. Not yet. Listen, I'm not a pessimistic person on AI. I tell my children, I tell my employees, because I make AI agents. Okay, I make AI agents. I do a lot with AI. I don't think the world is gonna end, and I don't think all of this doomsday scenario is gonna end. I think that's all. I don't think that's true. I think AI is going to be an amazing tool to make our jobs more productive. But like every technology, it will eliminate a few positions. That is a given. That I do believe that. They will eliminate positions. And for those of you guys that are not skilled, and for those of you guys that are not working on your communication skills, and you guys can't bring people together, are going to have a problem in the future. You know, my job right now is to get you guys certified, but you guys got to work outside the box. You guys got to work outside the box. All right. If you guys appreciate everything we did, you guys clicked on that like button. What book would you prefer for Excel? I don't have any books on right now. Let's do some practice questions, guys. Let's do some practice questions. All right. Practice questions, guys. Let's do some practice questions. All right. Here we go, guys. Answer the question, guys. Put the answers in the box. All right, here we go, guys. At workload, there is insufficient resources in the project, so several major tasks is going to be outsourced. This will likely mean that more than half of the team will be outside consultants, which should the PM do first in scenario. Double check communication. Follow sponsor. Design an organizational chart. Update the procurement management plan. All right, what is the most important things to stress on a PM resume? Outcomes. Outcomes. Performance and outcomes. That's important. It's a little hard. Is the real PM going to be that hard? About the same, yeah. Mock exam, TIAexams.com, okay? The exam simulator is TIAexams.com. TIAexam.com. You don't need to memorize tools and techniques, by the way. You don't need to memorize tools and techniques. Yeah. All right, guys. Answer here, guys, is going to be B. Although, you know, do first is to update the plan. The problem is, yeah, it's not a good answer. Okay? But it's the communication management plan has nothing to do with hiring outsourced people. Involving the sponsor, you never do that. This is a problem you need to solve on your project. The organization chart is not going to get people outsourced. So it's not the best answer, but it's the only answer that somewhat kind of makes sense. To complete your project, 1,200 resource hours must be outsourced, but because of internal policies, you can only select a vendor who comprehend all the requirements. What should you do first? Negotiate directly with the vendor. Conduct a video conference. Send the procurement management plan to each vendor. Add each of the provided to the stakeholder register. The simulator exam the same as the PMP question? No, nothing is the same as the real PMP question, but it's very close. Okay. Somebody says, how do you predict Excel? There's a lot of charts you can use for that, and then add in prediction lines or trend lines to Excel are good ways of doing that. There's a good ways of doing that. All right, it's asking to come up with a tool to conduct a bid of conferences. B, correct. Yep, you're selecting a vendor. What should you do to select a vendor? There's only one tool here. It really matters. Not each vendor will take too long. Do a bidder conference. Number 3, after a project to increase customer in the next 4 months is initiated, the PM needs to identify best practices using the industry. What should you do? Best practices using the industry is what question? What question? All right, put the answer in the box, guys. Put the answers in the box. Oh no, failed the exam now. Oh boy. That's all right. It happens to the best of us. Sometimes it happens, guys. Sometimes it happens. Yeah. The best thing you can do, see what you got wrong, see when you can take it again, and just plan to take it again. You know, listen, not every one of us is going to pass every exam, first try, or sometimes even the second try and all that stuff. So just do it again. You got this. All right, Diane says, passed the PMP on 8:30. Congratulations, Diane, on all domains. Celebrate well, Diane. Did you get a piece of cake? Absolutely. Congratulations on that, Diane. Benchmarking. This is a definition question, guys. Focus group is subject matter experts. Facilitation is bringing team together, and affinity is grouping things. Benchmarking is comparing against industry standards. Number 4, project managers doing the following: performing a risk analysis, incorporating high-level scope to create the document. What activities is he doing? Is he charter, scope statement, plan, or risk management plan? All right. Congratulations, Dad, on passing your exam. Don't forget to get a cake. Jessica says, I'm a Udemy student. This week, any tips? Get a good night's sleep, Jessica. Get a good night's sleep. That is the number one thing you could do right now, is to get a good night's sleep. All right, guys, the answer here is going to be A is correct. A is correct. Performing a risk analysis, incorporating high-level scope, utilizing expert judgment. Correct. Yes. Working on a project charter. So remember, a charter has a high-level scope, high-level risks, and expert judgment is one of its tools. The scope statement is not high-level. The PM plan comes before. It's not high-level. The risk management plan doesn't have scope. Number 5, on an agile project, team members are having issues resolving a technical issue that can affect the project. The issue could impact the schedule and delivery. What should the PM do next? Ask the owner for solutions, meet with the external consultant, research ideas, meet with the team to brainstorm solutions. Put the answers in the box, guys. Put the answers in the box. All right, guys, the answer here, yes. I think I typed that one wrong, It's got a little different color there. Yes, if there's a problem on a project, solve the problem with the team. The boss, like the product owner, shouldn't help you with that. Don't ask for consultants. Work with the team. And don't implement them for the team. All right, easy. If you know the answer, do if you know basic agile. A new feature has been added to the backlog. The product owner is added to the bottom. Team not to complete it. What should you do first? Inform the team to complete the feature. Meet with the owner to find out why. Move the feature to the top. Stop the project. This is mindset question, guys. If you get the mindset, this is like cake. It's like eating cake, all right? It's easy. Priya, interesting question. If a person hasn't worked in a PM capacity or has less exposure to a project experience, can they? You don't have to work in a full PM capacity, but you've had to at least work on projects and maybe manage sections or parts of it for at least 3 years if you have a degree. All right? But if you've just been a team member, it's not going to work. Sorry. But you got to have some kind of management experience in it in order to do it. Answer here, guys, is of course B. All right? You cannot prioritize the backlog yourself. You just can't tell the team what to do. They work from the backlog, and you don't stop the project. Let's meet with this guy. It's the first thing we do. Number 7. On a past customer unhappy delivery, they claim the requirements were not met in the final product. What should you do in the next Agile project? Small increments throughout. Ask the team to meet with the customer on a daily basis. Ask the customer to give detailed list. Inform them the project was complete as per specification. All right, put the answers in the box, guys. Put the answers in the box. All right, answer here, guys, is going to be A, yes. If they're unhappy with the final product, it means the requirements were not met. Best answer is going to be A. Daily, it is unheard of for them to meet daily. They meet with each other daily. Give a detailed list. That's not an Agile project. That's a traditional project. You don't need a detailed list. Inform the project was completed. No, this doesn't help the customer. Number 8, a team is moving from predictive to agile and is having issues deciding how to create a product backlog. This has led to a delay in the start of the project. What should the PM do? View options that the team can attend. Train the team. Inform the team the backlog was created by the PM. Have the team meet with the sponsor. All right. Put the answers in the box, guys. Put the answers in the box. All right, guys, last answer here, guys, is train them on the Agile methods. That is correct. Train them on the Agile methods when they don't know Agile, maybe how to create a backlog. Train them. That has to be done by the product owner. But if, Agile methods something you train on. Don't train on the team doesn't create the product backlog. Don't train the team on technical things. But what am I doing? I'm looking at the wrong camera. I'm not accustomed to this 2-camera setup here, man. Train the team on project management tasks, not on actual work. Never select an answer. You're going to train them on how to program an application. That's not what a PM does. Guys, I am out. Even though we had some technical difficulties, we were able to resolve it by having a We had the risk and the risk register say the camera might die. So the response to the risk was to use the webcam. As you guys can see in the world of project management, we were able to successfully execute and manage the risk, successfully implement the risk response of putting on the webcam. Can anybody tell me what this risk was? When I used the webcam when the main camera died, was that a mitigate the risk? Was that avoid the risk? Was that accept the risk? Or was that transfer the risk? What would you guys say? What was the risk response? So the camera died, the main camera died, and then we used a less quality webcam. Was that mitigate the risk, transfer the risk, avoid the risk, accept the risk? All right. What did I do? Can you guys tell me? All right. The answer is, put in the box. The answer is the main camera, the risk that the main camera dies on the stream. Did we accept the risk? Did we mitigate the risk? Did we avoid the risk? Did we transfer the risk? Put in the box. Let me see who's been studying. My God, you guys are terrible. What is wrong with you guys today? Oh my God. This is an easy question. Okay. Some people said accept the risk means to do nothing. If I would have accepted the risk, I would have just keep talking and you guys would have saw a black screen. Accept the risk means to take no actions. I took an action, man. What is wrong with you guys, man? You couldn't transfer the risk. How do you transfer this? Transfer the risk is giving it over to a third party. Maybe transferring the risk was maybe I hire a camera company to do it. And if the camera breaks, it's on them to fix it. That would be the only which way to transfer this risk. Avoid the risk means that make sure the risk never happens. Then don't use a webcam. Don't do a live stream. If you never do a live stream, you never have a camera problem. Or the problem is the camera. I'm looking at the wrong camera again. Crap. I'm accustomed to looking to that big camera. This webcam. I'm talking to you. Yeah, you. Because you got it wrong. The only which way to avoid this risk is maybe don't use a camera with a battery. Then the battery will never die if the camera has no battery. You avoided the risk. Eliminate the risk. The answer is to mitigate the risk, man. That means that camera died, the main camera died, and we used this risk. That means that we didn't do anything to the probability of the risk. We reduced its impact. So instead of having a 4K camera, we got a 1080p crappy looking camera. All right, so we reduced the impact. Come on, guys. What is wrong with you guys? This is such an easy question. I'm not happy with you guys today. Yeah. You guys are very bad today. You guys, I gave you an easy question, and you all got it wrong. Oh, nuts. I closed it. All right. End of the night. Okay. Keep studying, guys. You guys need to study. You guys are not doing too good in terms of that. Anyway, guys, I am out. Hopefully you guys had fun tonight. Don't forget to click on the like button. If you want to pass your PMP exam, get the simulator. Don't forget, join me on the boot camp at the end of the month. It is September 22nd. By the way, if you're in my coaching program, don't forget, we're starting this week at 10 a.m., not 11 a.m. Eastern Time. 10 a.m. Eastern Time if you're in my coaching program. Once again, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 10 to 12 this week. If you're in my coaching program, I will see you guys on Thursday. And with that in mind, guys, if you're taking your exam in the next 7 days, good luck. Come back. Let us know when you pass your test. If you're taking your exam in more than 7 days, keep studying. Look at all these people that pass. You can do it. Hopefully, I bring some value to you guys tonight. With that in mind, guys, you guys have a good night. Have a good morning. Have a good day. Week, weekend, month, year, century, millennium, and a decade. And I will see you guys next week. I'm out. Next week, guys. Next week.